Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and today I'm filming my favorite video of the month and it is January TBRvatar. So, it is the end of the year, the new year is beginning and it's time to pick out new TBR for January. The advantage is that the last month when I played the TBRvatar I ended up pretty close to the end line, so there might be only one book I have to read, maybe more, we'll see what happens. So there is a readathon I want to participate in. It is Readathon by Sasha from The Wild Sasha. I will link the announcement down below. I will not talk about this readathon too much because I don't have a set TBR for it and neither I will have. I will just do whatever fits the prompts and I do not want to do too much because I have so many books to read and I have a lot of books from library that it just would put too much stress on me and I don't want to do that. That's not how I want to start my year. So I'll just read as it goes. I will not plan any TBR for the readathon. Another thing I want to mention is there are some book clubs I want to join. There is G's book club with her Patreons, and for that the book is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, but I have read that book so I don't need to read it. And then for Sasha's book club, for Howling Pack book club, the book is Sword of the Kaigen, which I would like to get to. If I don't, that's fine, but I would like to. And then I would like to join the read-along of The Wheel of Time, where the first book is The Eye of the World, which is a big book, and I would like to read it in January. I don't own any of these books, so they will not be coming into the TBRvatar. But those are the books I would like to read, so I just wanted to put it out there and just, not worry about it later. But before we go into the first roll of the TBRvatar, we need to see how I did in December. So, in December I had 4 books to read. The first book was A Royal Christmas Fairy Tale by Karen Shaler. This was for the prompt, read a book in a format you don't usually read, and this I read on Kindle, which I don't usually read ebooks, or not that much recently, so I did count that, and I did read it. The second book was A Thousand Ships, which came from my personalized cabbage pod, and I already returned this book to the library and I did read it. The third book I was supposed to read was The Christmas Books by Charles Dickens, and I did try, but I didn't like it, and after 6 pages I was like, I'm completely lost, I have no idea what's going on and I'm not in the mood for this, so I just put it away. DNF'd, really. And I will not be getting back to it, and I think 6 pages is not enough to say that I really tried, even though I think I did. But yeah, this will count as unread. And then the last book was a book by an author of color, for which I picked Iron Widow by Jiran J. Zhao. I still haven't read this, but I have it from library. I'm already late with returning it, so I will definitely read it very, very soon, but I still haven't, and I still haven't even started. So this one I haven't read. So I read 2 books, I didn't read 2 books, so we don't move anywhere. We stay put on the board. With all that said, the next thing is to talk about the books that I bought if I need to take some punishment steps backwards. And I did buy some books. I did. So, first I will talk about the books that I bought, for which I will be taking steps back, and then I will talk about books that I got as gifts. So it's like, I did get these books, but I haven't bought them myself. So for this I will not take punishment because I was gifted them. So, let's start with the ones that I bought myself. So, first, The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. This was in the November Illumicrate box. Second book, also December Illumicrate box, came The Red Scholar's Wake, so this one. And the third book I bought is The Climate book by Greta Thunberg. And this is a really big book, and it is a non-fiction about climate and the climate crisis. And I plan to read it very, very soon, so I did buy this. So these are the 3 books I bought in December, so I will be taking 3 steps back. But the other books that I received for Christmas or for a name day, it was my name day in December, so my mom sent me a gift, and that was, or one part of it was In His Father's Footsteps by Danielle Steele. I never read Danielle Steele in my life, even though she's my mom's favorite author. She has all the books by her, and this is the Slovak translation. I don't know what it's about. I think it's set during the World War II or after World War II. So I'm curious to read finally what my mom loves so much. Then my mom sent me for Christmas also another Slovak book, or well, Daniel Steele is not Slovak, but this is by a Slovak author or Slovak blogger, YouTuber, I don't know. His name is Pavel Dvořák, and this is My Chinese Decade. And this is a non-fiction. This is about his life in China, how he moved there, how he lives there, how he got to know China. And this is basically about everything that he knows about China and his stories. And yeah, I'm really excited. This is really special binding too, or very interesting because the front cover is like a cardboard. I don't think you can see, but it's really thick. And yeah. This sounds really cool, and there are lots of pictures, beautiful pictures. And yeah, I'm really excited about this one. And then I got some books from my boyfriend. I actually asked for all these books, so there were no surprises with these four, or well, 3 of them. One of them I didn't know I would get, but I did ask for it. The first 2 are by Jessica Redland. One of them is Christmas at Carly's Cupcakes, and the other one is Christmas Wishes at the Chocolate Shop. And I read one book by this author and I absolutely loved it. It was beautiful. So I want to read more by her. So I asked for Christmas book. Unfortunately, I didn't get to this Christmas. So this will wait for me for next Christmas, and I'm already super excited because I love her writing. So these 2. Then I got The Merciless Ones by Namina Forna, which is the second book in the Deathless series, I think it's called. The first book is The Gilded Ones, and it's the green cover. So I'm really excited to read this one, but maybe I will wait until the trilogy is out. So I will wait until the 3rd one comes out, because I feel like I would need to read the first one to properly appreciate this one, because I kind of forgot where the first one ended and how. And then the last book on this haul is The Girl Who Saved Christmas by Matt Haig. This is the second book in the Christmas series, the first book being The Boy Called Christmas, which I absolutely adored, and this is the second book in the series. I have already read it, I finished yesterday, and again, it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. The messages in it, again, are amazing. Beautiful book. So that's that for the haul. So 3 steps back on the board, right? Because I bought 3 books. And now, have I read any of those 3 books that I bought? No, I have not. But I do plan to read one of them very soon. And then I did read one that I got. I did read A Royal Christmas Fairy Tale, which I got last month, but it was for free, so I didn't really count it. So I didn't read any books that I bought, so I will still be rolling die to go backwards. But I will roll only D4 because I read some of them, right? That's that, and I think it's time for roll number 1. Alright, last time we ended up in here, so it's very close to the end. But, as we said, we need to go 3 steps backwards for the books I bought. And then I'm going to roll a die. I'm going to roll D4 to be nice to myself, because I think I deserve it. And that's, I don't know if you can see, it's a 2. So 2 more steps back. And this is where we start. So let's go for roll number 1. Wow, and it's an 8. That sounds good, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. So that's that. That's the 1 roll. Okay, so roll number 1, we finished the board. So that's the only roll we have this month, which is kind of exciting because I have a big TBR this month. There are lots of books, and lots of books from library that are coming as well. Yeah, so I decided for that one I will still draw a TBR card. I don't have to. I think the rules are that I don't have to, but I do want to. So I'm still going to shuffle these cards and pick one book for that. So let's see. Okay, here. And it is a book outside of your comfort zone. Interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, let me think. Okay, so I think for this prompt, a book outside of my comfort zone, I can count this one, In His Father's Footsteps by Daniel Steele. This is definitely out of my comfort zone because first, the original is in English and this is translated to Slovak, which I usually don't like very much recently, or since I've been reading in English frequently. I don't like translated books from English. So that's one thing. But the second thing and bigger thing is that I was never interested in this author, even though my mom always reads her. Like, she has all the books she ever written, I think, or definitely most of them, and I never felt interested in it. And so I think that's good enough for this prompt. So I'm going to be reading this one. So should we see what it is about? It is about a guy who emigrated from after-war Europe to Lower East Side in New York. This is a story of 3 generations of one family and what it means to achieve one's goals. So this is April 1945, after freeing the concentration camp Buchenwald by Americans. And there are Jacob and Emmanuel in between the survivors who are not yet adult. Thanks to some help, they get to New York and they want to start their new life by working hard, even in badly paid positions. How Jacob was very successful, and then it shows about Jacob's son, and yeah, it's basically a generational book. And yeah, so this goes onto the TBR. Okay, and then I said I still need to read Iron Widow, which definitely is true. Another book I have from library is I Wish You All the Best, which was one of the recommendations for 2022. Also from library, also late on returning it, so needs to read this one. Then I've got Under the Whispering Door, which I started in December, but it was very bad timing for me, so I never finished it. I'm about 70 pages in, so definitely want to continue this one. Then I have a couple other books from library, but we'll see if I get to those. But these are definitely priority. And then, of course, The Sword of Kaigen and The Eye of the World. And one more book I would like to get to, especially because it's Readathon. It is The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. This is the second book in his Dark Materials series. I read the first one in September, I think, and I still haven't continued. So I would like to read this one. It is a portal fantasy, so definitely fits Bishurathon vibe. And yeah, so this is the stack plus other things. So we'll see how it goes. But I will try to be nice to myself, even though I know it's a wild month for me because lots of books to read. But yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. So that's it for today's TBR. And let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought. If you would like to buddy read any of them, I'm always open for that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!